What's up? You back riding along with your girl Cinnamon. Ooh, girls, check out my rider. Look at his eyes. Oh my God, he is so cute.
Hey guys, my name is Brent. Nice to meet everybody.
Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. Okay.
Thank you so much for the kind words, Cinnamon. But yeah, we were talking about earthquakes earlier on the ride over.
Oh yeah, because you asked me what brought me to Atlanta, and I said the earthquake in '94 in Los Angeles.
Right.
And it was like a 7.2. But you asked me, did you feel the earthquake here today?
Yeah, so there was like an earthquake of 4.4 magnitude in Tennessee at like 4:30 this morning.
I didn't feel a thing.
I didn't feel a thing. It apparently hit Atlanta, or like they felt the tremors at like 4:30 this morning. People in my office were talking about it today, and I don't know if they were just blowing smoke or what, because I've never felt an earthquake, so I can't really speak from experience. But I know you have.
So glad that you have not.
Right, I don't want to either. So
they're not fun.
No. So you would know a lot more about that than me.
Well, like what I was explaining to you, like there's several. I mean, you already know, but there's several different types of earthquakes, like the rolling one, the jolt, and then the sliding. You know, where the ground slides and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know which one hit in 1994, but 7 freeways fell down. 7 freeways, and it was just really scary.
So much destruction. Yeah, I was telling Cinnamon earlier that I graduated in civil engineering, but my uncle actually has his PhD in it. So he used to design like earthquake-proof structures, like bridges and multi-story buildings out in California in the Bay Area.
Oh, really? Oh, the Bay Area.
So
I lived in Oakland.
So you lived in Oakland, and you remember that when that Bay Bridge collapsed?
Yes, but I wasn't there then. That was the Nimitz Freeway one that fell.
Right.
And so he designs buildings up there?
So he used to. He was primarily a bridge designer. And
did it work?
Yeah, so it's all about, like, when it comes to structural engineering, it's all about what we call statically determinate and then indeterminate structures. A statically determinate structure is one where if you sum all of the forces on that building or bridge, whatever it is, it equals 0. Now, a statically indeterminate structure is one where if you sum all the forces, it does not equal 0. So what that means is that as an engineer, you design what we call for a degree of redundancy. And that's where you can allow for certain members of, say, a steel skyscraper to collapse, but the building will still stay standing.
Wow.
So it's made and designed in a way where they expect failure of certain members that comprise that structure.
Wow.
So you're talking about like the rolling earthquakes and the jolt, and how you've got the tectonic plates that when they hit, the ground moves. You've got all this lateral motion. When it comes to structures, you've got like 3 types. You've got a fixed structure.
You talk like a professional.
Somewhat. You got
the Titanic plates and the
Yeah, so start running my own Nat Geo channel.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is that you've got 3 main supports for a structure, and that's a fixed support, a pin support, and a roller.
Okay.
Now, a roller is one that's going to allow that building to move horizontally with that lateral movement from an earthquake, right? So the ground shaking. And in olden times, like back when Romans and things like that, the architects from that day, they obviously didn't have the technology that we have today. So their like main mode of operation to make something earthquake proof was to build it out of like the strongest material possible, super strong, super rigid, and hopefully it's just got enough strength to resist all those vibrations and movement. Now today we take like a completely different approach, and we try to make our structures as lightweight as possible, and we try to allow them to bend, flex, rotate, and move with that motion, whether that's an earthquake or a tornado and a windstorm, anything along those lines.
So it'll sway with the wind.
Yeah, it actually moves, and it's got real displacement in an X and Y direction on on a graph. You could look at this, and scientists and engineers, they model this on a computer, and they do run through all these simulations, and what they try to do is predict the probability of an earthquake, like what's the strongest earthquake that would occur within a 25 to 50 year period.
Right.
And they try to put a percentage on it, and then they try to put that into the building code and say, hey, let's at least make sure that this building can stay standing if an earthquake of this magnitude hits, and it's this likely that this could happen in this amount of time frame.
Wow.
But what I find is cool is that if you go look at earthquake-proof structures, like say in California, like you probably saw this around, you have like the base of the building, and then it looks like it's almost resting on like a triangle. They've got these like really interesting looking supports that are made to like flex. So they have vertical displacement and horizontal displacement. So when you have these forces that interact with them, they're able to go in that direction of motion, and thus you're not having members snap and break in the process because it's moving with the motion.
Wow, I mean, this sounds all great and professional and geographically designed and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, chlorophyll, borophyll.
How do we keep safe? How do we survive? And an earthquake like the one in 94 with the magnitude of 7.2, which is called a grand earthquake.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've never been in an earthquake before, and so from my limited knowledge, you obviously want to leave the building that you're in, but what scares me most about earthquakes, and this like happened back in Juneau, Alaska, and Anchorage back in, I think this was the 90s, maybe the 80s, they had a massive earthquake there, and the ground actually split open, and some buildings and cars like fell into that, you know, what do you call it, fault or whatever. So, you know, if there's something that you mentioned, like highway bridges that collapsed in California, like with the double-decker interstate.
Yes.
So, I mean, you would probably know that more than me, but my advice would be to try to get as far away from any kind of tall building or structure, right?
Yeah, but, I mean, when you're asleep, like we were at 4:30 in the morning,
yeah,
you know, you don't know what's coming.
And if it was bigger, that'd be bad news.
But then, after the main earthquake happens, then you're like, oh, we survived. But then here comes all of these aftershocks. And every aftershock that happens, you mentally you think, okay, this is the big one.
Yeah.
This is the one I'm gonna just die in.
Well, let me ask you this: how many and that sounds really scary. First of all, how many aftershocks are there usually?
There were more than 6,000 after that. I think.
Really?
Don't quote me, anybody.
Right.
But that's what That's what they said. It was like 6,000 aftershocks. I mean,
yeah.
It's like it was horrible. It was very, very scary, and that's why I moved to Atlanta, and that's why I'm here.
And that was back in '94 when this all happened.
Yeah, 94.
And you know, I don't know if I told you, my uncle moved from California after that Bay Bridge collapsed to Denver, Colorado, because he had enough of those earthquakes as well.
You know, a lot of people moved. You know,
yeah.
And you were asking me, was it true? You know, the myth, or is it a myth? I don't know if anybody out there can answer this question, but. Brent was asking, is California going to fall off the face?
Yeah, that San Andreas fault everybody talks about.
Yeah, just one day it's just going to break away and float away into the ocean. So, but I don't think anybody can answer that, really.
No, and
we're going under a structure right now.
Yeah, hopefully no more.
Oh my God.
No more earthquakes.
We are almost at your destination, but if you want to send a shout out or.
Yeah, I mean, I just made an Instagram. If you guys want to follow me, it's at BRic, so BRIC, and then 3 H's 93. And yeah, I've already subscribed to this YouTube channel, or I'm going to at least.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm really excited for you letting me speak a little bit and putting me on your show.
Well, congratulations on your college degree.
Well, thank you.
And hopefully, are you going to be able to use your degree?
Yes, I actually just accepted a job. Well, I didn't accept it. I got an offer letter for a pipeline design at Georgia Gas. So pipeline design engineering.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I work in sales now because, you know, you can make a lot more money in sales than engineering. But what I like most about engineering, or just anything that's not sales, is that you don't have all that volatility. I never know how much money I'm going to make each month, you know, because most of that is commission. So I like the idea of being able to like plan and budget a bit better.
Yeah,
and,
but
you make great money in engineering. You just, you know, you have to work your way up.
Commission, you just work. And
yeah.
Fatten up your bank account.
Yeah.
You hear that, girls? Are you single?
I am. Yes. I am.
So, is that the only way somebody can get in touch with you?
Oh, Instagram? No, I mean,
no Facebook. No...
I have Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter.
Okay, but all of it is the same.
Yes. So just look for that handle, and yeah, you know,
okay,
I'll follow anybody that follows me back. And again, thank you very much for letting me get on here. This is really fun. Well,
we're gonna send peace and love out to everybody.
Bye, guys.
Peace and love. Yes. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and leave your comments below if you have anything to say to. Brent. All right.
Sounds great.
Take care, and I love you. Put your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.